Hey y'all, let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Oh boy, 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 boy. Child, I was just trying to be on vacation. Yeah. Hey Ray, what's up, Cheryl, Jazzy, Lady Virtue, Lexus, Brandon, Gossip in the Garden, Felicia, Mamiana, Desh, 88, Miss Cookie, Miss Jocelyn, Kenneth. Yes, yes, yes. Ray said, lock her up. We tired. You know what? La Queen, the informed Andrew, what's going on, boo? Lovely Nola. Okay, so I think if I missed you, charge it to my head, not my heart. I ain't gonna be here long because it's 11:30 where I am, and y'all know I was traveling. I didn't get here. I made it safely. Obviously, I'm in Tenerife, which is an island. It's a Spanish island near the Canary Islands off the west coast of Africa. I was traveling all day. We got here about maybe my flight left Monday night out of DC. We had a 2.5 hour delay on the tarmac. So we were supposed to leave at like 5:20. My flight didn't leave until almost so like after 8 o'clock. So yeah, it's been a long travel day. But I said I had to come down here and talk to y'all because we have updates in the Marcellus Wiley story as well as Big Tigger. And literally, I was like, oh, I said before I go to bed, oh shoot. I said before I go to bed, I'm gonna talk to my people about this new video that done dropped with Big Tigger. And before I could even get that good, baby, I found out that his wife then got arrested. Now I can't log into my tablet, so I can't read the stories because I can't look at my phone and go out of StreamYard and read articles at the same time. So I apologize because I had like the article to read you guys lined up, but let's just go by what we know. So let's do Marcellus Wiley first. Let's go ahead and get him out the way. For those who do not know, Marcellus Wiley is the former NFL player whose wife, who was arrested on 4th of July weekend. Actually, on 4th of July, his wife accused him of DV. And at first, we didn't have all of the details, but then we got that good police report. And according to his wife, she said that he put his hands on her by aggressively poking her in the face and threatening to unalive her. She said that this is not the first instance of violence, but that she had not reported the other instances to the police. She said that she does plan to divorce him. And then today I saw where she said that he has RAPE'd her in the last few months. That this is something that has been happening in the last few months. Now, for those who are not familiar, Marcellus Wiley has been accused he has been accused of RAPE in his college years. So, is this a case of a leopard not changing his spots? Or is this a case of the wife saying, well, I know he already got these charges on him, so let me put what I need to put. And listen, I ain't saying that she lying. I'm not saying none of that. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. Now he says that it's all lies. He said it's not true, that these are all lies and fallacies. Okay. That's what he's saying. And he's saying that it's not true. Okay. I can only go by what the people are saying. And I have to be fair, at least try my best to be fair, even though people be accusing me of not being fair. I have to do my best to be fair and report both sides. And his side is she lying. Okay. Okay. Now that's the update on that. So let's get to this big Tigger mess because that's what y'all really want to talk about, child. Y'all really want to talk about this big Tigger situation. Let me say this. Earlier today, we saw some new footage of. I'm assuming that's the same day that this situation that their assault that the other situation took place. I'm assuming it's the same day. Now, I wasn't sure if it was the same day because it looked like they didn't have on the same clothes. So I felt like maybe this wasn't the same day, but I guess it was, child. I don't know. But the video shows Big Tigger and his wife Alicia Brown arguing over his phone. Now, in her police report, she did say that she snatched the phone out of his hand and that he tried to get the phone back from her. And then, because she said that she caught him on the phone texting his co-host, inappropriate text messages. And then they got to arguing, and she said that he started recording her, and then she snatched the phone from him, and then he told her, you're delusional, you're unhinged or something, or you're crazy, something along those lines. And then she said, well, I'm gonna show you crazy. And then that's when she went downstairs and proceeded to start unplugging the equipment. And that's the ring footage that we saw when she was trying to take the equipment out the house and he wouldn't let her. And then unfortunately that's when she fell, and well, they was tussling and she hit her face on the door. Okay. So I can only assume that it's the same day. But again, to me, it looked like they don't have on the same clothes. But you know. Now, in that footage, she has his phone. He's trying to get the phone from her. She is screaming bloody murder. She is like, Tigger, no, Tigger, no, Tigger, no. Why are you doing this? And she's crying and she's rolling around on the floor and she's crying and she's like, Tigger, no, Tigger, no, Tigger, no. And he was like, just give me my phone. Like, this all would be over if you would just hand me my phone. This whole situation would be over if you would just give me my phone. And she was like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? And when I first saw it, at first I was like, who is recording this? Well, come to find out, it's the son. It's her son that's recording it, because you hear him saying, Mr. Tigger, Mr. Tigger, get off my mom. Mr. Tigger, just let her. I don't think he said my mom, but Mr. Tigger, just let her go. Mr. Tigger, let her go. Mr. Tigger, let her go. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, why are you calling that man Mr. Tigger? Like you're not. I mean, I'm not saying he got to call him daddy, but why are you calling that man Mr. Tigger? Like, y'all not at a more comfortable place in y'all relationship where you could say I mean, you can't just call him Tigger. I I don't know. I'm like, you got to call that man Mr. Tigger. I mean, am I tripping? Did that sound weird to y'all? For those of you that saw the tape, did that sound weird to y'all? You know what I'm saying? That Mr. Tigger. Right. Like, what is that, Mr. Tigger? Mr. Tigger. Mr. Tigger. Just stop, Mr. Tigger. Just get off of her, Mr. Tigger. And let's be clear. Tigger wasn't hurting that woman. Tigger was not hurting that woman. And I know some of y'all are gonna be like, oh my gosh, he shouldn't have put his hands on her. He shouldn't have put his hands on her. Listen, she shouldn't have took his phone. All he was trying to do was get his phone. Now, some people might say, well, what was he hiding in his phone? It don't matter what he was hiding in his phone. It was his phone. It was his phone. And he asked you for it back. And instead of rolling around on the floor screaming and hollering and crying, get that man his phone back. All of that would have been eliminated if you had just gave that man his phone back. If you are that concerned about what he's doing on his phone, you already have your answer. You already have your answer. If you feel like this man is fighting that hard to stop you from being able to see what he got going on his phone, you have your answer. And I know some people are not going to agree with that, and I can appreciate that some people are not going to agree with that, but that's how I feel about it. Get that man his phone back. Now, if she had given him the phone and he was still grabbing on her and all of that, that'd be a different conversation. And then I have to question, and again, I hate to make it seem like I feel like that this woman got her son in on in on the bullshit, but I really do have to say, I really do have to say. Why is he recording? And why is he saying these things? Like, why didn't he put the phone down and go help his mama? Why didn't he tell his mom, just get it, mom, just give him the phone. Mommy, just give him the phone. Mommy, please just get that man his phone. Like, why? I just, you know, we go, Sweet Pea, we getting there. We getting there, Sweet Pea. It's in the title, girl. You know, I know. It's in the title. You know, I know. It's in the title. But I had to talk about this because this happened first. So we also know that Big Tigger released a statement. What's today? Tuesday. He released a statement over the weekend saying he was stepping away from his radio show. You know, in light of what he got going on, you know, he just feel like it's best for him to step away so he could focus on his family and this legal issue, which I think that's a good thing. I think that's a smart idea. I think that's a smart thing for him to do, and I think that's a good idea. Like step away, handle this, whatever it's going to be, however it's going to turn out, handle it. However, people might personally feel about the situation, whether you think he's justified, not justified, whatever, handle it, handle it. You know. Now, of course, some people are saying that that means he's fired. Listen, oh, you, Sweet Pea said, "Girl, I didn't even read it. I just jumped on. I know what I'm saying." Um, I saw that, Kenneth. I saw that. I saw that, baby. We going when I get home, we'll do Big Brother. Yeah. I saw it. I wasn't sure who it was at first, and then I had to go look. But yeah, I saw that. I was thinking, why was the person recording versus helping? Right, because at first I didn't know it was her son. I was like, who's recording this? At first I thought maybe it was like an assistant or something like that. I honestly don't think she ever loved Ticker. She's a manipulator. Ooh, did all of that? Okay, I read that already. Okay, half pen. We ain't gonna, child. We're not gonna be on here long because I told y'all I've been traveling. I'm tired. We getting up in the morning. Tomorrow's our spa day. I gotta be ready to go by 10. And like I said, it's already 11:45 here. We're 6 hours ahead. So um go to bed. And I couldn't get my tablet to connect to the Wi-Fi. So I'll try to get the tablet connected to the Wi-Fi tomorrow. I'm doing this from my phone. So now let's talk about the fact that this woman done messed around. She done effed around and found out, baby, she done got herself arrested. See, and I know everybody doesn't feel the way I feel about the situation. So I want to be respectful on how some people feel. And I understand that there are some people who have been through some really horrendous mental and physical abuse. And I respect that. And I respect that that's why sometimes that's where people's opinions come from, is their own experiences, right? But I'm gonna be honest, this story never really sat right with me. And it still don't sit right with me. And I know some people are like, didn't you see the video footage of him putting his hands on her? Yes, he did. He put his hands on her and he should not have. Yes, he should have made a different decision. But I don't think that makes him an abuser. And I don't think that she just ain't a reliable source for me, Sam. That's what I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna leave that there. But come to find out, she was driving her car, minding her business, and she done messed around and got pulled over down there on 85 down to the Atlanta. And come to find out, baby, she got warrants out on her from 2019. Now, remember, we've had this conversation. We've talked about this. We read the articles. I gave y'all updates that her daughter came up missing at she was supposed to be taking her, it was a regular, it was a routine, it was a routine child custody situation where the father had custody because we know that she was arrested for leaving her child in the car while she was gambling down to the casino up in Maryland in the Baltimore area. And then she was supposed to bring her daughter back. So she had visitation. The father had custody. She had visitation. And what I read, the father said, it took him years to even get custody, even after the arrest. And when he finally got custody, when everything was finally settled and he had full custody, then the daughter came up missing. And this was in 2019. Nobody has seen or heard from this child since 2019. Now, I thought that she was just a person of interest. I did not realize that there was actually warrants out for her. And I wonder if she knew she had warrants. Because, ma'am, if you knew you had warrants, it seems to me that going to the press about what you and your husband got going on might not have been the best decision. And again, if she feels like she was abused, and I'm not saying she should feel like she should go to the police, but it also seems like she needs to she should have made a phone call up to Merlin. Like um get get you an attorney and get your attorney to handle it. Like, I don't understand why you allowed yourself to be put in this situation. She may not have known she had warrants. She may not have, but she knew that she was a person of interest and that baby was missing. She did know that. She knew she was a person of interest. She did. She knew that. She sure did. She knew she was a person of interest. She sure did. Because that was in the paper. So if I knew, she knew. But you're right. She may not have known she had warrants, but she did. And she was arrested tonight. And from the article I read, again, I apologize, I can't read y'all the article, but from the article I read, she is getting ready to be extradited to Maryland. She's gonna be sent back. So she's gonna be sent back to Maryland. Now let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Put a one in the chat. Put a one. And hey, Raphael, how you doing, babe? I ain't seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing all right. Put a one in the chat if y'all think Big Tigger tipped off the Popo. Put a one in the chat if y'all think Big Tigger tipped off the Popo. Oh, what's up, Treasure? Oh, Treasure Lane, I got some good news. When I get off of here, I'm gonna call you. I got some good news to tell you, boo. Yeah, okay, it's a whole lot of ones. Listen, I think I think that Big Ticket pulled that Uno reverse on her card, put that Uno reverse card on her so fast, baby. Baby. Well, it didn't help that this is now in the press. And a lot of people, like, every time we talk about it, that's what everybody in the chat says. Every time we talk about it, that's what y'all say. Y'all like, forget all of that. Where's that baby? Where's the baby? And even when I was over at Pam's chat, y'all do the same thing on Pam's chat. Where's that baby? Where's that baby? So I'm sure it brought up new information. But I wonder if Tigger has some new information. I wonder if Tigger has some information that he could share with the Popo. I mean, at the very least, somebody knew what kind of car she was driving and that she was down to the 85, because they said that she got pulled over on a traffic stop and they found out she had warrants. You mean to tell me that she ain't never had a traffic violation in the last 7 years? She's never been pulled over in the last 7 years. She ain't never got a speeding ticket or nothing in the last 7 years, which is valid. I mean, a lot of people don't. I mean, a lot of people don't get tickets, but it's just interesting. What up, Ebs? Not does he have a DNA test? Ooh. They say the ditch you dig one grave, you better dig two, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just dumbfounded about a mother who wasn't letting the media know every day that her daughter was missing. And she was married to a media personality who had like everybody knows who Big Tigger is. And when I say everybody, like in urban radio, most people grew up with Big Tigger on BET. Like, you knew Big Tigger. Big Tigger had a platform. If nothing else, why are you not asking your husband to use his platform to help you find your daughter? Inquiring minds want to know: did the father report the child missing? Yeah, yeah. The father reported the child missing. Yeah. Did he know she was married to Big Tigger? Yes. Big Tigger has some notoriety, so she should have been arrested before now. Again, if you we talked about this Diamond Pearl Gem, but the answer is yes. Um, the father knew, the father did report it, and the father had they've been pressing out the police. But again, um the for whatever reason, Baltimore was not Baltimore City Police. I think it's Baltimore County Police. For whatever reason, Baltimore County was not being aggressive in this manner, and it's not unusual. Do you know how many people walk around with warrants, just warrants? And the thing is, they're not going to use resources. Like they're not going to use resources to go to Atlanta to go get her. They're just not. And I think that maybe this headline this case being in the headlines the last couple of weeks maybe put some pressure on Baltimore, whereas before they weren't putting a lot of effort. Listen, at the end of the day, what we're not going to do, we're not going to sit here and pretend like this wasn't a black child, and we know that they don't really care about our kids that way. Like, well, let's just call a thing a thing. Let's just call a thing a thing. So I just think that they weren't putting a whole lot of effort into going down there and getting that woman. Yeah, they knew where that woman was. They knew where to find her. I mean, even before this incident, they knew that she was married to Big Tigger. They weren't keeping that a secret. They was posting on social media and all that other stuff. So it wasn't like it was a secret, but they just weren't putting the resources into heading down the road and going to get her. You know, that daughter might be in Carolina, and that's why she doesn't claim Georgia as her residence. It might be. If it ain't John Bonet, they don't care, right? You know what I mean? So like, Relisha Rudd, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, so yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Diamond Pearl, but I think some of that has to fall on the responsibility of the police department that knew they had the warrants and knew where she was, and they didn't go get her. You know. But yeah, the father has been fighting. I mean, you can go. Pam found Facebook posts and all kinds of stuff where the family has been fighting. They've been fighting for years. They've been fighting for years for their child. So yeah. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think? The child's father hired a PI to look for her for as long as he could afford to. Yeah, the father has been looking for his child. The father's been looking for his child. Yeah, absolutely. 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 Xavier said Big Tigger better be careful because he can be charged with aiding and abetting. Yeah, true, true. If he knew his wife had a warrant, or if he knows information about where that child is, yeah, that's true. Ooh, Abby, you ain't lying. Abby said we need to sick Nancy Grace on her. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Mm-mm. You ain't wrong. Mm-mm. Tigger's lawyer called the Popo after he got a warrant in Georgia because she refused to let him see his son. So Big Tigger So can Big Tigger be charged with harboring a fugitive? Where's Pam? If she can prove, if information comes out to prove that he knew that she was a fugitive and he didn't turn it in, yeah. Now will they charge him? I don't know, but could he be charged if they can prove it? Yeah. She'll be in jail for a while until she produces that child. If she don't, she knows what it is. Well, they're definitely extraditing her. The article I read said that they sent her up to Maryland. Um, I don't think it's they don't have any proof. Well, let me not say what they have because I don't know what they have. Let me rewind that. I don't know what information they have and what they don't have. I don't know what evidence they have. Um, but as of right now, they're going to extradite her to Maryland, and then we'll see what happens in that hearing. Um, yeah, I'm not being funny. How did Tigger miss the red flags? The missing child wasn't. Red flag enough for him. Listen, I think a lot of times we believe that women can be fools for love, but we don't give men that same leeway. eh, she could have gave him a story and said, "Listen, I didn't have anything to do with it. The father, he's just bitter. He thinks it's me. It wasn't me." And he believed the story because he wanted to believe the story. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to. Who's going to take their son? Well, the sad thing is both of those kids are going to have to go to somebody else because he can't be around the child because of his charges, and he got she got a restraining order for her and her son, or so he can't do it. So they're going to have to get another family member, or the kids are going into the system, and that's the sad part about it. This now the child done lost both of their parents. We don't know if he cheated, Xavier. You said he wasn't that in love that he stopped cheating. You don't know if that man was cheating. She said it ain't true. The girl that is accused of cheating with, she said that she wasn't sleeping with him. So we don't know that to be true. We're her parents. Ain't no way my grandbaby going to go missing, and I'm not tearing up the whole world. Okay, okay. I bet she wishes she gave him that phone back now. I bet she does, Nitwit. I bet she does. I bet she does. She sure does. Child. So look, I'll keep y'all posted. I tell y'all what, if I'm back home when they have her hearing, I'm gonna drive down to Baltimore. I think it's gonna be in Baltimore County. I'm gonna try to find the information. If I'm back home when they bring her to court, after they extradite her, baby, I might have to drive down to Baltimore County. So I'm just saying, I might have to drive down there, honey, and be nosy. Might have to go down there and be nosy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, y'all. I said I wasn't gonna be long. Gave y'all 30 good minutes. I gave y'all 30 good minutes. Um, I'm going to bed so I can get up in the morning because, like I said, for those who came in late, it's 12:16 where I am. So I'm going to go to bed. But I will talk to y'all. Sweet Pea said I got 20 on gas. Okay, boo. Now we thank you in advance for your nosiness. I am. I'm enjoying my trip. We'll have plenty of things to talk about when I get back. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.